Hello, I'm Hawkwood. Long before today, in the age before algorithms and home streaming services, Hollywood made comedies. Not romantic movies with funny situations, or action movies with funny quips, or one of the thousands of movies about parenting where a baby pisses on someone, but singularly focused, unapologetic parody films whose sole purpose was to entertain everyone while poking fun of everything. Using every technique from physical humor to visual gags to even puns, these movies could gross $140 million at the box office while mocking everything in sight. Documentaries.
He died. He died in a bizarre gardening accident.
Action flicks.
He is an idiot. We have purposely trained him wrong, as a joke.
Spy thrillers. And even fairy tales. And given the current political climate, we need that shit to come back like the Avatar. Luckily, perhaps, it seems, apparently, it is alleged that Hollywood has reached its grubby corporate claws into its grab bag of nostalgic IP and managed to pull out something useful for a change. A 40-year-old holy relic known to millennials and Xers as the Naked Gun.
Why was the I Love You not listed in Ludwig's records? And if it was, did he know about it? And if he didn't, who did? And where the hell was I?
The Naked Gun is, as previously alluded, a parody. Parodies are something of a lost art ever since the advent of the instant gratification comedy sphere within our blessed cyberspace. Personally, I lay most of the blame on the oversaturation of crude, gross-out, over-sexualized teen parodies in the 2000s. But we're not talking about those. We're talking about these.
What do you like to do?
Oh, I don't know. Play chess. Screw.
Well, let's play chess.
Pisces, it's a good time to pull the plug on that machine that's been keeping your daughter alive for the past 6 months.
Who is he?
He's an asshole, sir.
I know that. What's his name?
That is his name, sir. Asshole. Major asshole.
Wasn't your mole on the other side?
I have a mole?
Parodies are basically 2-hour-long Vine compilations with thematic cohesion. I was going to mention Austin Powers here as a contemporary example, but that apparently came out 28 years ago, so fuck me, I guess. Shrek isn't much better at an elderly 24, so let's just skip the modern and ex-modern eras and jump all the way back to the 1980s. The Naked Gun was one of several brainchilds of the law firm of Zucker, Abrams, and Zucker. These three amigos were responsible for a banquet of high-quality, low-brow art pieces like Top Secret! And Airplane! But their origins date back to the mind-boggling year of 1971, when they formed a sketch comedy theater group called Colonel Sanders' Kentucky Fried Theater, which I couldn't find much about, because the Wayback Machine doesn't go back way farther than the internet, goddammit. But according to the Wisconsin Alumni Association, Kentucky Fried Theater was the inspiration behind Saturday Night Live. Yes, it's older than Saturday Night Live. Sometime later, they made a movie called Kentucky Fried Movie, so if I had to guess, their theater group probably went something like this.
Sheila, will you and your pack of bleeding heart liberals never learn that expanding welfare rolls only accelerate inflation?
Why, John, you old stick in the mud. I've been listening to that horse shit of yours for months, and you can take that crap and blow it out your ass.
The comedy style of Zucker, Abrams, and Zucker is pretty consistent and instantly recognizable. If you've ever experienced it, it was probably from one of the timeless scenes of the disaster film parody Airplane.
Cream? No, thank you. I take it black. Like my man.
It made $170 million, won a Writers Guild of America award for Best Adapted Comedy, which I guess is a thing, and was nominated for both a Golden Globe and a BAFTA. Suck it, Oscars. If you're watching this video without scrolling through TikTok, then you might have noticed that I said adapted comedy. If you did, buy yourself a pack of Gold Star stickers and give yourself one. You're an adult, you can just buy those now. But back to off topic, the film Airplane! Is an adaptation because it was a parody of the film 0 Hour! And was so close to the original film that Z were worried about getting sued. So to give themselves a little bit of legal safety net, they just bought the rights to 0 Hour. And that is how you commit to the bit. Aside from the brilliant and hilarious writing, what truly made Airplane stand out was ZAZ's 4D illegal anarchy chess maneuver of casting serious actors instead of comedians. People like Golden Globe and Emmy winner Peter Graves.
You ever been in a cockpit before?
No, sir, I've never been up in a plane before.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
And Hollywood Walk of Fame Star Award winner and Jeff Bridges spawner Lloyd Bridges.
It's like I picked the wrong week to quit drinking.
And most famously of all, literal World War II Royal Canadian Air Force pilot Leslie Nielsen.
Captain, how soon can you land?
I can't tell.
You can tell me, I'm a doctor.
No, I mean, I'm just not sure.
Or can't you take a guess?
Well, not for another 2 hours.
You can't take a guess for another 2 hours?
Which brings us back to the thread, The Naked Gun. Or at least, it would if it wasn't for the fact that The Naked Gun is a sequel. Thing. Adaptation? 2 years after Airplane! Z created, wrote, directed, and produced a 6-episode television series called Police Squad! And I am stoked that I finally get to talk to you about it.
Sorry to bother you at a time like this, Mrs. Twice. We would have come earlier, but your husband wasn't dead then.
Police Squad is the greatest thing you've never seen. It introduces all the main characters you would expect from the origin of The Naked Gun, and of course stars Leslie Nielsen as police detective Frank Drebin, a bumbling but nevertheless effective detective with a penchant for monologues and flawless parking jobs. As a parody of popular police procedurals, the format of the 6 episodes each surround a newly committed crime while introducing wacky NPCs for the PCs to RP with. The jokes are fast and absurd, delivered through visuals or snappy dialogue, and rarely give you time to process one before the next is getting set up. It's a masterclass in how to use dumb comedy in a smart way, which in itself, in my opinion, in summary, is something we've forgotten how to do.
I'm Captain Frank Drebin. I understand you've had a pretty rough time.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Cigarette?
Yes, I know.
Well.
But like all good things, executives hated it. It was a comedy without a laugh track, and the visuals parodied that era's crime shows so well that casual viewers mistook it for the real thing. In the end, ABC only aired 4 of the episodes before canceling it.
And Thermopolis, who was the head of ABC at that time, he said, well, the series didn't work because you had to watch it. Well, it sounds funny and sounds dumb, but it was true. You had to pay attention.
But the Zuckers and the Abrams were true professionals, and immediately set to work writing my favorite of their movies, Top Secret. Obviously, with an exclamation point. A few years after that, they decided to bring Police Squad back in a more manageable way, as a film. The change in format proved to be the secret sauce to the slapstick success, resulting in over $100 million at the box office, and spawning a couple of great sequels as well. The character roster will be familiar to any fans of the Police Squad show, with a couple of notable cast changes, most notably the subtle renaming and less subtle recasting of Officer Nordberg, who was portrayed in the film by a football player named O.J. Simpson. The plot leans a bit more spy and a bit less police, with an assassination plot involving mind control and untrustworthy rich folk. There's also a bonus noir-style femme fatale to go alongside the noir-style narration. But we're not here for the plot. We're here for the jokes. And they come in every variety, from visual to meta to biting social commentary.
And now, Ed, life isn't always fair. Just think the next time I shoot someone, I could be arrested.
Following the success of The Naked Gun, they obviously made 2 more films which critics didn't like as much, but by then it was the 90s, so maybe that had something to do with it. I liked them, but to be fair, I was watching as a fan, not as a critic. And for a while, that was it. No more Police Squad, no more Naked Gun. Until for some reason in 2012, someone made a point-and-click mobile adventure game which, based solely on the one trailer I've seen, fucking sucks.
You know, I suppose I could have interrogated those gentlemen.
Then another 13 years of nothing brings us to today, when we're nearing the impending 2025 release date of The Naked Gun, the 4th film in the franchise, which already has a pretty dumb title in that way that reboots often do. Missed opportunity to be funny and original, not a great start. This marks the 2nd official attempt at a reboot, with the first drowning in development hell sometime around 2010, and this second one being recast, redirected, and rewritten more times than I bothered to count over the course of the last 12 years. As for my personal opinion on it, I am intrigued, willfully optimistic, eager to be pleasantly surprised. It is being directed and co-written by one of the Lonely Island boys, specifically the one who also directed Hot Rod and Pop Star Never Stop Never Stopping, so there's a pretty good chance it'll be funny, which is really all it needs to be. I also appreciate that they're attempting to recreate the action star to comedian pipeline that created Leslie Nielsen, this time using Liam Neeson, and they have the same initials and the same number of syllables, which is kind of funny already. If the film works, it might just revitalize the comedy industry and bring back the parody genre. Or maybe not. We'll know soon enough. But if you're looking to fill that void in the meantime, I recommend watching Angie Tribeca, a TV series written by Steve Carell and Nancy Carell. It's the only modern parody I've ever seen that captures the same comedic style as The Naked Gun.
Really? That's disappointing.
I'll probably do a full video on it sometime, maybe, I hope, so be sure to like, subscribe, patronize, and all that. But be warned, this is my 4th job, and I am, admittedly, easily distracted. Which actually might be why I like these movies so much.